God will work it out. God will work it out. One thing I know, one thing I found, God will work it out. My God will work it out. God will work it out. One thing I know, one thing I found, my God will work it out. God will work it out. God will work it out. One thing I know, and one thing I found, I know my God will work it out. Yes, indeed, indeed, indeed. My sleep pattern is all off. Oh, well, God is going to work it out. We're going to get through this recovery. And I'm going to find a position to sleep in. I'm going to find a position to sleep in. I left my chargers in the other room. Now I got to get up again to go and get them. But until then, I don't need it. Left my chargers in the other room. But we're here. We're alive. And God is going to work it out. Yes, He will. Don't limit God, because God said, don't limit me. Let's see how long I'm going to stay up in here. Let's see. All right, we are in the building. That song, actually, I bumped into that song when I was about to go live. I saw this lady. I think she sings with, I can't think of the name of the group. But she became popular from this group, and I think now she's doing her own tours. Is her name Naomi? I think so. And she was singing that song, God Will Work It Out. Just when I was about to go live. So I started my live with that song because it just touched me. And I was about to complain in this journey of healing. And then I was reminded that God will work it out. One thing I know, one thing I found, that God will work it out. And like almost immediately it brought like tears to my eyes. Because I know I'm not in this journey by myself and everything is going to be all right. Oh, yeah, it's going to be all right. Wait a minute. You changed your name again? Is that you? Because I was wondering. You keep changing your names. I just woke up and got on here. My sleep pattern is all crazy. My arm is hurting. But I'm here. How you break your phone? I was about to put out an APB. This my mom phone. I'm getting one tomorrow. Okay. Okay. I was wondering. I know you said you was headed home. The next thing I know, it's like you fell off the map. Uh, let's say this morning I was trying to do too much, and then my body reminded me that I actually had two surgeries. I had surgery on Monday, and then I had one on Tuesday. And yeah, but I'm doing okay overall, considering I'm doing okay.
Tina. That's a new style on. You've never had that style before. That is really nice. I like that, Tina. Wow, you got some food? You got plenty of snacks? Right there? Look at you. Mm. Mm-mm. Bro, need to take care of you? Yep. You got a milkshake? You don't play around, do you? I know your brothers are probably missing you. Look at you. You are gorgeous. You're going to need some security now. People are going to be looking at you like, who is that lady with that pretty skin? Wow. Look at you. Tina. You look beautiful. Look at Tina. I love your hair. Turn around. Let me see. Look at you. I love it, Tina. That's a new style on. You've never had that style before. That is really nice. I like that, Tina.
Destiny, what's up?
Wow. You got some food? You got plenty of snacks?
Destiny,
Right
Destiny, or
there.
that's a
Look at
new
you.
Destiny?
Mm. Mm-mm.
Really,
Bro, need
what?
to take care
Yeah,
of you. Yep.
I'm not
You got a
on bed
milkshake?
rest. I can get up. I've been up
You don't play around, do you?
since
I
you
know
have
your
been
brothers
missing.
are
You
probably
haven't seen
missing
me. I
you.
can get up, but um, yeah, I'm not supposed to be like lifting and doing that kind of stuff. But I can walk around. Yeah, I can walk around. I had surgery on my shoulder finally. Yeah, I had this thing on my back, and then when I made the appointment for that, I made that appointment first, and I had this thing that I went to the dermatologist to get out my back. Would you believe that man like literally cut a hole in my back? I watch a bunch of YouTube videos. In the YouTube video, the person did it differently, but this man literally cut like a hole to get this thing out of my back, and then he sewed it up. I put a picture of it in one of my little shorts I did. They sewed it up well. The people, the what you call it, the medical assistant or whatever, they sewed it up really good. You would never know that he actually cut a hole in my back. But I could feel it because it's healing in a way. I definitely feel I can't like move around a lot at my upper body because my back is healing. You had a surgery too on Monday. Is that Destiny? Destiny? And why both of y'all coming in here? Haven't seen you guys forever, forever. Destiny, you changed your channel name? Is that Destiny Destiny? Or is that some other Destiny? Like I don't feel like getting up. Getting up is a struggle. You had gallbladder surgery. I had that too. You changed your name to Destiny and you decided to be yourself instead of using your dog's names. You gave your dogs a break. Well, I had gallbladder surgery years ago, so I know how that goes. I've had quite a few surgeries. They're not fun. I hope this is my last one, like for real, for real, for real, for real. But I just had to take care of my shoulder because it was just doing too much, causing me to not do things that I like to do. So the gallstones are not fun. Wow, you're young. Wow, wow. Trust me, I know how that feels, and they can be very painful. Yeah, that's why I had mine removed too because I had those in my thingy. Yes, ma'am. So you had surgery on, you said Monday or Tuesday? Monday. Wow. Was it one where it was an emergency or was it planned? The emergency surgeries are not always the best. Was it something that you found out like by surprise or you knew it was there already? Oh, okay. So you had already figured out what it was before. That's good. Because sometimes it catches some people because they don't really follow up and check on themselves, and then it becomes a big emergency situation. So yeah, you didn't know till last Tuesday. Wow, that was fast. Okay, what you have felt your stomach hurting, but those are kidney stones. Those are different. You do know that, right? Yeah, you know that. If you have kidney stones, and that comes from, you can. I'm not going to try to tell you things that you look it up. I always try to tell you to look it up. They are created for different reasons. Yeah. Is my back okay? No. That's why it's kind of hard to sleep because I had the thing removed. It's like right here on my on my right side on the, like right here. It's feeling better, but like if I try to reach too much or like really like when my mom tried to touch it, it hurts. Like yeah, you can't. Like if you somebody try to walk up and try to hug me, like no, don't try to hug me because you're gonna hurt my back. But yeah, my arm, my shoulder, and it hurts like right all the way down right here. And I'm trying not to take all those drugs, so yeah, it hurts. But I'm gonna be okay because I'm a trooper. I'm a trooper, trooper. You were only in pain on Monday after the surgery, but I've been a lot better since. Yeah, I think I recovered kind of fast from that. All thing that kept bothering me was my stomach. I just kept like feeling sick on the stomach for a while. And like a lot of things that I was eating. I remember that surgery. I kept complaining to the doctor, and he was like, "You'll never be the same again." I'm like, "Yeah, tell me about it." But that one is different because for sure they're poking around in your stomach, and I've had like a couple of surgeries in my lifetime, but the ones in your stomach are on another level. But this is on another level too. It's on another level. But I'm gonna make it. You gonna make it. We made it. We made it. Whew. I am kinda. It's so funny because if I move, it hurts, and then it's a struggle to get up because I only have like I could use. If you notice, I usually use my right hand for a lot of stuff anyway. But now to actually not be able to like lift things up, and when I even try to like lift things or do little things, and then it hurts like really bad. I can move. Like I said, you haven't been watching my videos, obviously. I can move. I've been walking around. But I learned to ask for a lot more help today because I've been trying to do like a whole lot of stuff. Yesterday, the nerve block that they gave me was still like, um, was it yesterday? Yeah. Yesterday, my nerve block was still there. Let me see, I'm getting my days mixed up. Tuesday and Wednesday, I still had a lot of the nerve block. The nerve block is that powerful shot that they give you that a lot of people talk about. And it really stops a lot of the pain. So yesterday was okay. It was last night that nerve block like went bye bye. That's what I was like. I started feeling like pain, like for real then. But that nerve block really lasted a long time because the lady said it was going to be about 12 to, just say Dr. Wu. He said it was going to be about uh, 12 to 18 hours. It was like almost, I don't know, 36 hours. Almost something like that. Oof. It was over. It was over. Definitely was over 18 hours for sure. Since you got me getting up. I'm in pain, but I'm not taking them drugs. Them big drugs. Who phone been broke? I'm the only one in my family who had gallstones and gallbladder removed. Well, honey, hey, look it up. I mean, look it up. What causes those things? And a lot of it goes back to diet. It does. It goes back to diet. Different things that you do in your diet. Those things that go through your kidney or go through your. But it lasted longer than 18 hours though. Cause like I said, I got that injection like right before they took me back into surgery on Tuesday. And I remember when I looked at the clock, it was like 11:05. And if she said 12 hours, then like by 11 p.m. that night, plus 6, 18, right? So like by 7 o'clock that next morning, which would have been Wednesday morning, it should have been gone. It wasn't. I was still so numb. I was numb all the way up to here, my ear. I was numb all the way across here. I don't know how far in the back I was numb because I couldn't really feel back there, but I was numb all the way down. My hand, I had made a video. My hand was like just falling like it was just dead, like it was just dead. My brain was telling my fingers to move, and my fingers wasn't. They weren't doing nothing. It was numb. When I tell you, I didn't want to do it at first, and they're like, "Oh, we highly recommend it. We highly recommend it." Blah 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 blah. Because you're gonna be in so much pain if you don't do it. Blah 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 blah. She just kept going on. Because I was like, "No, I don't. I don't think so." Because then she started saying it was gonna probably like paralyze my throat. And when she said that, I was like, no, we're not playing with the throat, no." And then so she came back to check on me to see how I was doing. She said, it didn't even bother your voice. I'm like, yeah, that's a chance we all took. That's a chance I took. Because if it had paralyzed my vocals, then I wouldn't have been able to like talk until it went away. But it went numb like to right here. Like it didn't touch my throat. And I said, that's God. Yeah. Like the numbness just stopped right on this part. But it went all the way over this way, past my midline and all the way over to here. I was numb, like numb. And that was weird. It was like somebody like say slapped me in my face. It It was just straight numb all the way around on this side. It was just very weird. What's up, Lamar? It was good, but it was just weird. Weird. I, like I told the lady, she talking about like when people have babies. I said I didn't have an epidural. Then she looked at me like this, kind of like, oh, like you're one of them. I'm like, the way how my situation was set up, no, I didn't have an epidural. Some people had epidurals. No, I didn't have that. So I don't know nothing about that. Like I could do this without that. I could have done it because I'm strong like that. I would have just been in pain a lot sooner. But the thing about it was the surgeon didn't have to do some of the stuff that he had thought he was going to have to do once he got in there. Because he told me that I was going to have like 5 or 7 cuts on my shoulder, but I only have 3. And I finally did. You see the video? I did a whole video this morning when I took my bandages off because I had like this big old like football pad covering thing on my shoulder, and I was able to take it off this morning. But then I had to put my the other band-aids on it. Yeah, that was an experience. Lamar. Yeah, but anyway, that's what I've been going through while you left me out here in these streets by myself with these people. Left me out in these streets. Whew. At least I feel like somewhat awake because, like, Wednesday, I just still felt like I was just on all that stuff, that medicine. Even today, I still feel like groggy. And when I'm like trying to walk around, it's like my lungs are still trying to get back right. That's why I have. I told these people I already have one of these. I should have flat out told them don't give me another because it's not my second one. But these things are actually good to help you with your deep breathing. So I need to do some more of those exercises because I still feel like my lungs are not doing what they're supposed to be doing yet. You can ask Lamar, Mr. Lamar. Ooh, your tablet broke. Thank you, Larry. Lamar. You can ask your question. Go right ahead. Oh, wow. A funny question, huh? Interesting. I dozed off because the motivational minister is doing that 3-day series, and so I got off. I was trying to pace my day so I wasn't live while he was live, so I could join his live at 6 o'clock. And then I was feeling sleepy, or it could be because I took that medicine, those pain pills, and then it made me get sleepy. So I try not to put this phone where I have to be trying to reach at it. When I reach at it, then I got problems. But if I bring it too close, then I can't see it. So I got problems all the way around. My vision is crazy. All right, I wasn't trying to shut you down, but there you go. Oh, you're saying you got to see the video, but your dad broke the tablet. YBI. YBI was gone. I'm about to, but to. Oh, what you taking? I've heard that word before. Oh, what the word you taking that for? What is that? I've heard that word before. Gabapentins, whatever that is. I've heard that name before. So you broke your phone. You and your phone history is rough. I guess you didn't have a question after all, Larry, for your leg, but it puts you out. Oh, okay. Did you ever go to the doctor for what you were supposed to be going to the doctor for when you thought it was funny? And you were talking about you were laughing and laying on your mom's bed. Did you ever go to the doctor and figure out what that was? That's a muscle relaxer. Is that what that is? Hey, Shaquille. It's not old stuff when it's your health, and if you don't take care of it, don't be like me. Because when I found out that I was not feeling well, I should have went to the doctor, and I didn't till it caught up with me. You the one was telling me that something was wrong, and you were supposed to go to the doctor, and I kept telling you that you need to go to the doctor. No, I didn't forget, because it sounds like what happened to me, and I don't want what happened to me to happen to you. It came and left, but it'll come back. You keep on playing. Maybe you're just stressed out. I don't know, but you better go to the doctor, dude. How you doing, Shaquille? I'm doing okay, considering. Right. I bet you were scared. You should be. I was scared too when I fainted and fell that time, but I didn't go to the doctor. But that was during COVID time, so that's my excuse. I was like, I don't care what's going on. You are not about to get me to go to the hospital. That was like when COVID first started. And you remember how that was? Everything was being all crazy. People couldn't come in and you had to go on by yourself. I mean, people made choices back then. And my choice was I was not going up in there. Like, I don't care what was going on. I was breathing, I was moving. I was like, no way. Because I was like, the people I know were going in, they weren't coming back out. Like, so that was one of the reasons why I didn't go back then. I just stayed home. Even though I wasn't feeling good and I just was not sure what was going on, I just stayed home and just kind of just stayed home. Yeah. All right, I gotta try to clean up all my dresser because I've been putting stuff all over my dresser again. All right, let's try to get this comfortable position. You made me move, and then I need to drink some water. And now I gotta try to get back comfortable again. It's not time to take drugs, and I will not take any drugs until about 1 o'clock in the morning. So I gotta figure it out between then and now, or now and then. All right. Don't try this at home. Ow. Whew. And these stitches in my back are tight because it's like they pulled my meat back together to cover that hole up. Shaquille, I know you're not laughing at me. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday. What day is today? What time is it? Guess it depends on what book you read, but in my word it says that it's Friday, but we're not gonna go down that road. People don't believe what they want to believe from the word, but it's Friday Eve. Why do we only say Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, but then the rest of the days of the year we seem to forget that it's Friday Eve because I believe what the Bible says, but I'm not going to go down that road right now. But I'm just saying. In my mind, I always just laugh. Ouch. Oh. Oh. Whew. All right. Mm-hmm. Keeping my arm in this sling is probably one of the hardest things, but it's for my good. It's for my good. I thought about taking it off while I was in the bed, but they keep on saying don't take it off unless you're taking a shower or if you're trying to do your arm exercise. Other than that, you need to keep your arm up in the sling. So I've been trying to be obedient to that. Been trying to be obedient. About my neck, and I know that they were digging in my shoulder or whatever when they did the whatever they were doing during surgery, but I remember they had me roll over on my right side because I was actually put on my right side to do the surgery on my left shoulder, and that's what I should have put in that survey, and I probably should go back and add to that survey. But they should have given me a pillow for my big head because it's like they literally made me turn, but then my head was just like down without support. Like if you're gonna have people laying in a position for, because I think my surgery was about like an hour and a half or something like that. You gotta support people's head. Yeah. But anyway, my pain right now, uh, probably like a 6. Considering that I took ibuprofen at about, what time I took ibuprofen? I took ibuprofen about 7 p.m. But because I just got through moving around, it makes it go up. But before, when I was resting, it still was not that low because I didn't take like a lot of pain pills. I've been trying to bring the pain pills down. Because the more pain pills you take, makes you constipated, make you have all these other kind of side effects that I don't need or want. So I'm trying to operate below that amount. Yeah. You're gonna gift me a neck pillow right here. You're gonna sponsor a neck pillow right here. Welcome to the live. It's always interesting. People always want to come in and tell you what you need and what you don't have. I actually do have a neck pillow, but it's not fun to sleep in. It's more like a travel type neck pillow. And actually, the pillow that I'm on is an orthopedic pillow, but in this case, I need a shoulder pillow. So, can you find one of those for me? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. I do have a neck pillow. Actually, I have two. One is old. This is this is my old one. So, and I have a new one. I actually prefer this one because it's gushy. It's one that feels like a bean bag, and I can use it, but right now I'm good because I have a pillow under my shoulder right here, and I have the pillow right here. So thank you, Bethany. Yeah, and I don't like profanity on my channel. The only thing that's saving it is the N on the end. Yeah, but feel free to donate. That's why those buttons are there now. I've worked hard for it. Maybe I could buy a new neck pillow. Thanks to Bethany. What's so funny, Shaquille? I probably could use a neck pillow. Right now, I'm good. Right here. What's up, Jeffrey? I saw you come in when I was trying to tell my story. How are you doing? I took a late nap. That's why I'm up. I went to sleep for a little while. I guess pain woke me up or something woke me up. I'm not sure what. Probably pain. That's what's been waking me up every night when I can't seem to be sleeping. I wake up with the owl. Ow, ow. But definitely I'm hurting more tonight than I was last night already. But this time last night I was sleeping. And then I woke up in pain about 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I was up and couldn't sleep. But we got this. We got this. We got this. I got this. God's got me. Love you too, Shaquille. Love you with the love of God. Love you with the love of God. Yep. And what your mama know about me? Your mama calling me by my government name. Calling me by my government name. Good night to you. Isn't it good morning?
Today, we're going to learn about minding your own business.
Well, thank you. Buy me a shoulder pillow. Get out of here. Oh, thank you. Now, where are you from? That's England? Is that the UK? Bethany, ha ha ha. Oh, thank you, Bethany, ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Mom is okay. She's kind of, since her birthday, she's been kind of something. And then she was doing too much today too. And I tried to ask her for a little help. That's why I ended up hurting myself because I your currency is more powerful than our U.S. dollar, wherever that is. Yeah, your currency is stronger than the U.S. dollar. I'm just saying. Thank you, Bethany. Yeah, like me right now. Yeah, I was trying to do some things because I try not to ask her to do everything. That's why I tried to prep a lot of stuff before I had surgery. But then I was trying to move the rugs with my legs. But when they tell you no lifting is no lifting, whether your hands or your legs. I learned that. I know that, but I was just pressing my luck. And my body reminded me quick, like, no, your legs count too. Like, no, we're not lifting anything with your legs. We're not doing nothing clever and slick. No. Yeah. And that brought a lot of pain too. So I had to stop. Basically, by 10 o'clock this morning, I realized that my body said, you better sit down somewhere. Go sit down. Go sit down. So I created a more rough day, so to speak, because I was trying to do some stuff. I can't just look at stuff and like not do it. So I had to try to do it. Then mommy helped me, so then we got it done. Good night, Macon. Good night. Do you know that story, Good Night Moon? Who knows that children's storybook? When they're saying good night light, good night clock, good night comb and brush. But I'm not going anywhere. I just woke up. So now I got to talk to the people in Asia. Asia is waking up. That's India. Now it's like what 8 o'clock in the morning in India. So you guys can leave me. Leave me, you Americans. Leave me, you people from the UK. I guess I'll be here talking to people in Asia until I fall asleep again. They will come. They will not leave it. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking to me. But even if you must go, like that their story says, if you must go, you must go. I'm tired, but I gotta make my arm stop hurting now. I gotta be still, and I gotta get up again anyway to go get my charger. I was trying to wait till I have to go potty. 'Cause I keep drinking all this water, so eventually, whenever I get up, I gotta get my charger. I forgot to bring it when I made a trip. I've been having to make a lot of trips. I've been making a lot of steps trying to get something because I can't carry everything with one hand. Yeah, I probably need to put my bag on my shoulder, and then that I got to be careful because if I put too much weight in it, then I'm gonna have a problem. So I just been carrying like a little bit in my hand. I can't even hold my phone in my hand. And my phone probably weighs, I don't know. My Android probably weighs, I don't know, 2 pounds or something. That hurts. I can't even put that in my hand. So I have to carry everything with my right hand. And then I end up walking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth till I get where I'm going with all of my stuff. And then I forgot my chargers when I came back to my room. Because I was going to sleep on the couch again tonight. The last night when I slept in the bed, it was rough. But I think I could do it tonight. I think I might go back on the couch and just get on the recliner and put my head back, put my body back. But trying to do it in the bed is kind of rough. And then Mocha kept on trying to take over, so I was like, no, Mocha needs to stay in her own bed, and I'm going to stay in my own bed. So that's why I came back in here, because she'll wake me up even when I'm not trying to wake up herself. But she's been beside me like a good dog, like Shaquille. Yeah, she's been right by my side all day. She doesn't go too far. She's all. I don't think she understands because she tried to jump up on my arm today, and I was like, no, 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 no. She was like jumping up on my arm, like, no, 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 no. I don't think it registers, of course, even though I try to make it obvious that, like, you can't, like, just jump on mommy's arm. But she wanted to go outside to go potty, so at that point, she didn't really care about anything but getting outside, so she got real hyper. But that's what she does when she needs to go outside, and I'm not paying attention to her cues, and then she gets extra hyper, like, me, let me get outside now, 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 or you're going to have a problem. Yeah, you're still going to have a problem if you don't get me outside. So I realized, I was like, oh, yeah. And that's when I saw that humongous snake hole. I think we have something like a python in our area, and I don't want to walk into that snake. I mean, that snake hole was huge, and I don't think my mom. I don't know if she went back there or not. 'Cause I told her, and she has this stuff that she puts in there, some snake control or snake something. I always tell her that stuff is like a waste of money because right now it's been raining so much. If you put that stuff down, then it's like the water or rain washes it away. But that hole is huge. I mean, we live in the country, and I know we have a lot of things that pop up, but that's probably that's got to be the largest snake hole that I've seen on our property with my eyes. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh no, Mocha, let's get up out of here. Because I'm like, whatever came up out of that hole, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Because I freak out when I see like the little bitty snakes, like the little bitty snakes. But that was like a huge hole, like a hole like this kind of hole, like a circle around, like a circle, like a big hole, like a python could easily squeeze out of there. Yeah, or a big rattlesnake or something huge. I mean, huge, huge. But anyway, that's some of the highlights of my country day, my day in the country. And the weather has been crazy, not to mention. And me and my weather channel have been seeing the Bucks to North Carolina. Those people are just like in shock, though. I can only imagine the people well, the people that were watching their homes fall in the ocean. But then one lady made it where I understood, because just looking at it now, you would think that why did the people put their homes in the water? But then the lady started giving the history, and the homes were not originally in the water, but the meteorologists, they were, I guess, not aware of those details, or I don't know if they were or they weren't, but the ocean has been coming closer and closer and coming up onto that part of North Carolina. So when the homes were originally built, even though they were built up on stilts because they are beside the ocean has been coming closer and not receding. And I was like, okay, because I'm like, I can't imagine someone building their home in the ocean that far. Because that's what I was still trying to understand. Because I know that it was like high tide, and because the storm was passing, the two storms were passing. Because we had what, Imelda and what is it, Herm, whatever, the Hermato or whatever the other one was. They were both out there sending all of that current and stuff into North Carolina, South Carolina, all the way up. Because we had it in Florida too, but I didn't go to the beach, so I didn't see it. But the waves are out of control, all the way up to above the Carolinas. So, but yeah, it's just kind of sad though to just watch these homes just collapsing. I mean, literally just like collapsing into the ocean. Nothing you can do about it. But they said ever since the Hurricane Aaron that they were what do you call it? They had marked them as fit for not fit for dwelling. But then guess what? The owners were still renting it to the vacationers. So mind you, you're gonna tell the owner that the property should not be inhabited, but yet you're gonna rent it to people that come there for vacation. Make it make sense. I tell you, when it comes to people trying to make money, they'll make money at the price of someone else's life, and that part didn't sit well with me. But that's how we are in our world. Some people just don't care, because when you think about the facts that you're hearing, it's like, wow, you know that that house is not safe to be in because the foundation is shaky from the previous hurricane, but yet you're going to rent it to people to come and share this space for their vacation in a dwelling that you know that has been marked as not fit for dwelling. Yeah, but that's the world we live in these days. Some people will do anything, anything. Yeah, money is the root of all evil. And that's the thing that I was listening to somebody. Money itself is not evil, but money is the root of all evil. It's what we do with it or what we do to get it that makes it evil. But yeah, that's crazy. And even the meteorologist, you can hear in her voice, just it takes a toll on you when you just watch things like that. At least it does with me. I get kind of emotional. You could hear it in her voice. And then, of course, they're doing their job and they're trying to be upfront in film for us. I'm like, you better think about yourself. The ocean was like, those waves just would suddenly come up. It did it like probably two or three times while she was on the live. I'm like, you realize that the ocean is coming towards you and you might want to move. And you could hear how startled she was because they were so busy talking and talking to the whatever whoever they were talking to during the thing. And then I was like, girl, you better step back. You and the camera guy better step back. Because like she was saying, we have to watch our backs because the water is just unpredictable because the like rip currents and stuff are still strong, even though the storm is supposedly fizzled out. But the angry ocean is still calming down. Yeah, that's what's up. All right, my arm is calmed back down now. I'm still gonna have to get up soon, but that's why I have to drink water. If I don't drink water, then I'm really gonna be in problems. So I have to stay hydrated. So yeah. So whenever I get up again, I got to get my charger. That's the plan. Got to maximize my trips, my walking trips. Whenever I get up, I got to go to the restroom and get my chargers. Olga was, what was she said? She said, I'm going to heal fast because I'm in good spirits. I'm like, I don't have any choice but to be in good spirits. I'm grateful to be alive. I mean, a lot of people don't wake up from anesthesia. A lot of things can happen. You know, my health is here. I still have my hand. I can move my hands and whatnot. Like I said, I made this choice. You know what I mean? Libby! Oh, look who's here. It is Libby Libby. Long time no see, Libby Libby. Now, if I didn't take a nap and wake up to get on this live this time of night, I would have never seen you, Libby Libby. How you been? Cheers to you, Libby. This is my lemon flavored water. It's not like regular water. It has like a little lemony-ness going on. I haven't seen you in forever, Libby. You good? It's dangerous to drink water laying down sometimes. Good. Good to see you. You're great. Awesome. You're great. Great. Whew. Libby, 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 Libby. I guess your mom was good. You're tired. Aw, that's a part of life, I guess, right? Now, Libby, you got to remind me what time zone you're in. You've been gone so long that I forgot. Are you in Australia? 'Cause I just said I was waiting on my people from Australia. I think that's where you are, right? Australia? No? Oh, no. You've been gone so long, I forgot. I could cheat and look it up, but I don't want to look it up. Where are you from again? You've been gone too long. You're up late in what time zone? Uh-oh. What time zone you're in? It's 10 p.m. 9:59 here. 9:59. You're in New York. I'm going to start guessing, then I'm going to start cheating and looking at your chat history. All right, I'm going to cheat then. Since you're not going to tell me, I'm just going to cheat and I'm going to look it up myself. So I can look it up too. You don't have to tell me. I'll look it up. You've been gone for a while. You've been gone for a while, Libby. Hey. Your history doesn't go back that far. Let's see. Uh-oh. Maybe you never told me because I'm not seeing it. You must have never told me. The only thing I see is that you said you're going to somewhere called Bloomfield. That's why I don't know. You never told me. You kept it a secret. Yep. You never told me. That's why I don't know. You never told me, lady. Young one. No problem. You stay safe out there on social media. Bloomfield. Isn't Bloomfield, Illinois? Is that where that is? Bloomfield, Illinois? Maybe. You're a mystery, Libby. The UK pound is stronger than the US dollar. Obviously, I know that in the back of my head. It calculates different on YouTube. Interesting. How are you doing tonight? Ford. Fords. We're talking about Fords. I know some people don't like buying the Ford brand. How are you doing? Hey, my schedule is all crazy. I don't know if this is old lady fat or is it because my neck is swollen. Maybe it's old lady fat. That's better. Oh no, what do you do with the kittens? Kittens. I hate when that kind of stuff happens to me because I feel like I have to keep them. What'd you do? You took them to the Humane Society? One of those agencies? But sometimes you have to be careful about that because I think I did that before and I probably took the kitten away from its mom. The mom probably just was gone for food or something. But I guess you can tell when they're like left. But if you find a group of kittens, usually mom is going to come back. And sometimes we want to help, but then we do the wrong thing. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you find a litter of them, and then mom is just probably somewhere trying to find food or find whatever she's trying to find and comes back. But when I found this one kitten, it was one kitten. It was alone, and it was in a drain pipe. But all I kept hearing was it crying. It was beside where I used to live before I came here, and I would go home and walk by the drain thing, and I just kept hearing this kitten for like 2 days. That's when I felt like I had to do something, and it was just full of ticks or whatever those little bugs. It was just covered in bugs, so I felt like it somehow got lost by itself because it was the only one that was in there. Anyway, that was a long story. Still ended up leaving it, but yeah, I tried to help it while I could. So that was the day you had. So you're a animal lover like me. That's good. When you say worked on a yard, what kind of yard are you talking about? Because we call yards a lot of things. You mean like a junkyard, landscaping yard, many kind of yards? What kind of yard are you talking about? I don't want to make assumptions. I could be wrong. But since you said found kittens, I'm going to think that maybe you were talking about some kind of cluttered space where kittens could hide. Oh, in your yard to cut your grass. Oh, cool. I said I was going to get on a riding lawnmower. We just got our lawnmower repaired. And we basically learned that it was just because it had been sitting there not being used enough and had condensation, which we know that means water got in the engine or whatever. So it wasn't that big of a repair. It was just kind of like whatever they do to flush it out or something. But now I'm going to try to drive it. I know how to drive it, but I never really drive it. Someone always drives it, but I need to start driving it so it doesn't happen again. But I gotta wait till my shoulder gets better. And this thing right here feels like I'm wearing a seat belt. That's why I keep it kind of loose. But I feel like I'm being snatched away by a seat belt in my sleep. Yeah. Oh, okay. Don't even come in here asking me if I'm hungry, Lamar. You keep on promising me food that I have not gotten. If you're not gonna virtually feed me, don't even come here asking me. That's the question. You coming back? You were gone. Like, let me see. It took you a whole hour to come back and ask your question. Am I hungry? You gonna send me some pizza? You gonna have pizza delivered? Am I hungry? I actually am kind of hungry because I ate a light dinner. I didn't want to eat a lot. Oh, I gotta go get my charger. My battery's about to go. I was trying to see how long I could not go get it. Now I gotta get up. I had surgery. I had surgery on Monday, and then I had surgery on Tuesday. Ask me why I did that to myself. Because I'm trying to maximize our American insurance. Make that make sense. Yeah. I gotta get up. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Yeah. Gotta get a charger. Uh, I made it back. I made it back. I made it. All right. Up. I gotta get back down. I can't really plug my charger in on the bed. I gotta plug it in standing up. Gets to be a little complicated laying down. There we go. Let's try that again. Bethany gave me a donation towards me getting a neck pillow, she said. Thank you, Bethany, all the way from the UK. I believe that's where that was. Appreciate the love again. Ow. Whew. I am trying to rest. Bored suck. Bored suck. So you gonna buy what? A Mercedes? But yeah, I wasn't resting this morning because I started out trying to wash the rugs. But then I was trying to be slick and use my legs to kick the rugs to the washing machine. But then I couldn't even get all the way to the washing machine before my body started saying, no, this is not a good idea. So I had to stop while I was ahead and then ask my mom to help me. Because I couldn't get them into the machine because that would be a whole nother journey to try to pick them up and put them in the machine. But I thought I could get them. I don't know what I thought, but I thought I was going to be able to get them in the machine. But my body said no. No, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I am trying to rest. I'm trying to be obedient to my lifting rules and restrictions, I should say. Yeah. And my lungs are still trying to recuperate from all of that big word drugs that they put in me. 'Cause that stuff takes a while to get out of your system. It doesn't just go away. But I am breathing better today, though, than I was breathing. All right, let's see how that goes. So I hope everybody had a good day. And for those who are about to begin their day, I hope they have a good day. I did change prayer time. JG, are you still here? Or did you give your mom her phone back? But I did change prayer time. I moved it up like 30 minutes instead of 5:30 at 6 o'clock on this channel. But I still get up early regardless of being on medical leave. I still wake up early. Drink fresh water. Drugs dehydrate you. Yeah. I do drink water. I don't know what you mean by fresh water, but I'm just drinking this because I don't want to eat. And this has like a little flavor or whatever. But I don't want to stay home and become a big balloon. So I'm just trying to drink that flavored water because I don't want to eat food or snack on something this time of night because it's kind of late now. The constipation is the part, no, and the dehydration of whatever. That's why I'm not even taking a lot of pain pills, and I'm not taking those narcotics that I have either because I'm just trying to take regular acetaminophen and ibuprofen and my aspirin. They're on like a rotation that they told me to take. Of course, aspirin is the main thing to not get any blood clotting in my legs or that type of thing. That's another reason why you need to move around and not be stagnant because when you don't move around, that's when you have the likelihood of getting blood clots, and that's the last thing I need. I don't need that, so I try not to just be still. What do you mean by drink fresh water? Do you mean just water? I guess that's what you mean. Yeah, stretch what my body. Well, they told me like to pump my legs and move my hand, and then I'm supposed to release my arm out of the sling to let it hang. Just let it hang. I'm not supposed to be trying to do anything but other than letting it hang. And then I can make fists with my hand, but I'm not supposed to be doing anything. And anytime I do anything other than what I'm supposed to do, I'm reminded very quickly. Distilled water. Yeah, I have distilled water. But distilled water too, you got to be careful because distilled water has its uh, purpose as well. Too much distilled water could be bad as well. Just like anything that's good, too much of it could cause a problem. But we do have distilled water in the house. I probably might drink some of that tomorrow because I haven't had any distilled water this week. Well, thank you. Yeah, I try to take care of myself. I try. I actually got this water filter from Timu because I saw somebody with one and they got it from somewhere else that cost a lot of money. So let me check Timu. So I got one of those uh, carbon filtration things from Timu. It actually works pretty good though. Cause we have well water because I live out in the country, but the well water is not quite like what it was years ago. And I think our well, the thing that goes down in the well, I think it's now getting either the I don't know how to describe this, but you know when you dig down and you get into the where the water is, what is it called, the aqua table or something like that. I believe either the dirt is coming up or the water's drying up. I think that's what's probably happening now. I think because that well has been there since my mom moved here, which has been a minute. And sometimes you can like use up the water supply or however that goes. I think maybe when there's a drought, however that works underneath the ground, and it's been kind of dry. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes there's like sediment in the toilet tank. That means that there's sediment coming up in the water system. So it's got to be coming from somewhere which will be in the ground. So yeah, so we don't really drink that water that much anymore. Once upon a time we used to drink it, but nowadays those kind of signs say it might not be a good idea. So we filter it. It still tastes good though, but I know that stuff is in there. You might not see it with your eyes, but over time, if you let it settle, then you start to see it. Like in the shower head and stuff like that, in the faucet filter things. But that's life. That's life in the country. You can't drink, but we used to drink it. I used to drink it when we first got here. I'm in North Central Florida, South Louisiana. What area is considered South Louisiana? Everywhere has got country. Everywhere I've been, there's country, and it's just different. But I'm like between cities in North Central Florida. And when I mean between cities, I mean between two small cities, not even two big cities. So it makes it even more countrified. And then I live a mile and a half off of the road that's not a big road, back where the deer and the wild hogs and the wild turkeys play. Yeah. Oh, Baton Rouge. I remember my favorite childhood pastor was from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And he would always talk about how country it was. Okay, I can relate to that name because I know that name. That's far from New Orleans, right? Like on the other side or something. I went to New Orleans 2 years ago, many, many years ago when I was a kid. You're in Texas. You're in Texas. You're in Louisiana. Just, oh, your channel name is what? Just Country Girl? Okay. I don't know. I like to consider myself a small town girl. And I think there's a difference. I grew up in a small town or a small city, but now I'm in the country. There's a difference. And about an hour from New Orleans, okay. These incisions are very itchy. I had surgery on my shoulder Tuesday. I had a dermatology surgery on my back Monday. Why did I do it? Like I said, to maximize on this thing we call American insurance. Yeah, yeah, but it'll get better. It's hard to be still though, because I'm used to being at work. It's definitely hard to be still and to be doing next to nothing. 'Cause I can't lift anything up. I can't drive. I should say I shouldn't drive, because if I had to, I would get behind the wheel, but not yet. 'Cause I feel kind of like groggy from taking all these pain medicine, and I know it kind of messes with your reasoning. So I would not get behind the wheel for my safety and for those who are on the roadway. Ford Suck is in Texas. Yeah, Texas. Fort Worth, Texas. Or was that Clean, Texas? I met several people from Texas and I get it mixed up. But I think you said you're from Fort Worth, Texas. Or was it Clean, Texas? Yep, but I'm just a small town girl in a big old world. I like traveling. You been out the country, just country girl? Or do you stay local? Everybody should have a passport and go somewhere. That's what I believe. Go out there in the big, big world and see what's out there. Get out of Dodge. Go on a cruise. That's my new that's my new hobby now. I'm gonna go cruise hopping. Hopping from island to island, country to country. Yeah. I think I've got cruise-itis now. Finally went on a cruise this summer with my high school class reunion trip. That was an interesting journey, but I had fun seeing people I hadn't seen since graduation many years ago. I think that was just probably the safest way to reconnect with people, because on a cruise you have so many things to do and distract you, and you don't have to really be like in a room with people that you don't know and have these awkward conversations. So it was actually a good way to reconnect. Try it. You just might like it. What was your question? The last question I saw was you said something about me being hungry, and I answered that question. You keep asking questions, but you leave, Larry. I'm over it, Larry. I'm over it. Unless you did ask when I was not looking. The last question I remember. Oh, unless that was you typing in, it was being captured by YouTube, because you always use inappropriate words that have been blocked out by me. So if that was you, I didn't read it because I don't see it. And I'm probably guessing it probably was you saying something you probably shouldn't be saying. Try to stay away from the city as much as possible. People are crazy these days. I hear you, and I feel the same way. But there's nothing wrong with traveling and going to see the world and come right back. Come right back. Come right back to the small city. Come back to the country. I like going to the big cities, but I don't want to stay. Don't want to stay. No, I don't wear my bonnet in public. Get out of here. I gave a whole speech about that. I think that was this morning. Was it this morning? For someone made a comment. I think it was this morning. I was on my other channel though. I'm in my room. I'm in my bed. Just because I open my world to you via YouTube Live doesn't mean I walk around with my bonnet on my head. No way. No way. I believe in covering my crown and covering my little hair. You didn't even hear me when I said I was about to go dread, did you? Because I was talking to you and you left me the other day when I was telling you. But that's how I knew you didn't respond. So I knew you had already skipped town like you always do. But anyway, no. I'm not a bonnet head. I'm a bonnet head if I'm at home in the country. But when I get up, I take it off. But I don't like laying down on my. Depends on what I'm laying on. This pillowcase is not bad. But some of my sheets, I don't put my hair on it because it's like cotton or something. I don't put my beautiful crown on cotton. I just have certain rules about my hair. Do you wear your bonnet in public? And if I did, what's it to you? I see people doing it all the time, and I can't understand. I don't walk in the stores with my pajamas either. And I've seen people of all colors doing it. And I find it highly inappropriate. I was born many years ago, many decades ago, and we just don't do that. We didn't do that in my time period, and I still don't do that. I'm not going out in my pajamas unless the house is burning down. That's a different story. But I'm not going to just leave my house, get in my car, go in the supermarket or go in the store with my pajamas on and my bonnet on. No way. Way. Like, no way. I was not raised in that era. No way. It's crazy. It's crazy. I know. They do it around here too. And some people don't have respect for preschool. I'm a preschool teacher, and some of our parents would do that. I've seen it at every school I've worked at. It's something about preschool parents just feel like they can come in straight out the bed for some reason. I don't know why. Every school I've worked in, every different city I've worked in, I've seen that. But when they get to elementary school, they seem to realize they should put clothes on. Wow. I hear you, Mr. Lamar. No, I don't walk the streets with the bonnet on. Now, if I'm traveling in the car, and once again, I'm in my car that I pay for, or now it's paid for. If I'm traveling and going down the road, like maybe I'm going like on a long trip, if it's in the nighttime, I will be covering my head because usually I'm not driving and I will cover my head in my car. But when I get out, I'm going to snatch the bonnet off. So I don't know if that counts, but yeah, I do that. Because once again, I'm not going to fall asleep and lay and roll all around on the seat with my hair uncovered because I just don't do that. I always cover my head. Maybe it's because of how your parents train you, just like I was always trained to put shoes on. And even now, I don't like walking around with shoes off. Rarely do you ever, even when I'm home, even if I've mopped the floor or whatever, I keep shoes on. I just don't like walking with my shoes off. So you get what I'm saying? When people are trained a certain way, you just usually act accordingly. Some of us want to blaze our own trails and do different things, but I didn't fall too far from the apple tree where I grew up. Do I wear a bonnet in Walmart? I'm gonna try that one day, see what it feels like. Not. I hear you. I know what you're saying though. I see it all the time. And I think it's just the way society is. And then some people are glamifying these bonnets because I've seen some really cool bonnets. I mean, it's just actually my mom gave me this one because her head is too little, and her this one is a lot shinier than the one I have. But there's some that are really glamified. I mean, they've got all these brand names and all these super things that are happening on it. All these very very flashy bonnets, and I think they make it like a trend. Like if you don't have the designer bonnet, then like what are you missing? And then some people feel like they're so cool that they just want to keep them on in public. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I even have socks on. I wear socks year round. I have socks on now, just a habit. Whenever I take a shower, I moisturize myself and I put socks on. It's just a part of it. If I don't put socks on, I feel weird. I've developed this habit. Somewhere along the way, someone told me that it helps you to rest better. When I started getting older, I was like, yep, I need all the help I can get. So I always keep socks on, especially when I'm sleeping. I tried sleeping without socks, but it felt like something's wrong, so I had to put my socks back on. Didn't work. Yep. Can't walk bare feet, so you know what I'm talking about. Boards suck. Yeah. What did you tell me your name was? That that part's not sticking. You told me what your name was the other day, and I forgot. Or did you tell me? You did tell me. I have to use plastic gloves when handling meat. That I need to do better on. Your name is Ford's, okay. Somebody told me their name who had another name. I wasn't sure if it was you or somebody else. That's cool. Ford's. Ford's. So I'm still Vita. That's my government name, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. Yeah, you should handle meat with thank you Ford's. You should handle meat with gloves. And I was handling meat today without gloves, kind of, sort of. I was using a knife to pick it up. It was for my dog, though. But I still touched it with my finger. My mom was like, how did you manage to cut the meat? I said, I just used one finger for my left hand. Because she was saying, like, I was using my left hand trying to cut the chicken up. And I was like, no, not really. Because it was already just like chicken breast or whatever for my doggy. Making sure she had her food in place. Yeah. I tried to do these things today that I probably shouldn't have been doing, but I did it anyway. And that's why my shoulder's probably hurting so bad now. It's gonna be okay. Do 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 do. Are you retired, Fords? You say you're working in the yard today, or do you work third shift? I'm being nosy. Oh, it's 10:30. Yeah, I feel like I've had surgery twice this week. That's how I feel, but I'm doing okay. Oh, you're not retired. I wish I was too in a way. But if I was retired, I would definitely have to be doing something. I definitely couldn't just be doing like I would have to be doing something like doing something. But I'm okay, Kiluminati. Thank you for asking. I just had my rest stop. I had to go get my chargers out of the living room, and then I had to go to the rest area. You know, you pull off the interstate or the turnpike. We have the turnpike. We have the rest areas off the turnpike in Florida. So yeah, I just had that pit stop. Not time to take pain pills, so I'm trying to be easy, easy peasy, and rest. Yeah, I'm doing better and not better. My nerve block is gone now. It said bye bye last night about 1 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and my arm was screaming at me. The nerve block was weird. I didn't really like the fact that my hand was literally, you know, when people have had a stroke and their hands are like not moving. That's how my hand was, and I didn't like that feeling. If I had to do it over again, that lady just made me feel like I know myself and I know I have a high pain tolerance. I really wish I had not gotten that nerve block. I really do. But then she was like, if you don't do the nerve block, then you've got to get like all of this other medicine, like more anesthesia and more whatever. Everything, the dosage would have been more in order for them to, I guess, meet whatever requirements, whatever. And then she was saying that if you get the nerve block, then you don't have to get that much anesthesia, and then you wouldn't have to worry about being extremely nauseous and stuff like that when you wake up from anesthesia. And I was like, oh boy. And I just said, okay, whatever, whatever. But yeah. But now it's like there's this the side effect of that injection because they put it like right here, like right down in here, and it's still hurting like right in there. So it's like you have the pros and cons of everything. So, but yeah, this too shall pass. That's what you came in here to tell me, Illuminati. You're so funny. Thanks again, Illuminati. Thanks again. Thanks again. It's been really quiet in the neighborhood lately. Ever since these young guys moved out with their big trucks, our neighborhood is so quiet. It almost seems like weird. But they grew up. They moved away. They left home. I'm kind of glad because they would be going to work in the morning and that truck would be so noisy. But some things change in life and you realize some things that you miss sometimes. It's so good to hear a little noise in the country sometime, but it's just been so quiet. No one has those cars with those big mufflers right now. I think they all moved out. They must have left mom in the down on the property by herself because I think everybody in that family had a big muffler kind of car. Everybody except the mom. Just realized that it's been like so quiet. Even now, it's like so quiet. No city noise. I can't even hear the crickets. Anyway, is your skin color that chocolate? You always putting up those chocolate hands. Or are you just doing that to be funny? How you know that's my strong suit? What did you eat for dinner today, miss? I actually ate some salad, which I needed to put some salad in my body. And then I had some green bananas, which you know about island food. And I had this stuff that was salty that I only ate a little bit of. It's called, that salted fish? It's called herring. My mom likes to eat it, but it's awfully salty. But I only like garnished my food with it. And I had some sweet potatoes. I have a very healthy way of eating, so I just ate a little bit of that though. I didn't eat a lot of it for one because I knew that stuff was really salty. I like fish, but you know, back when they preserve fish with salt, so it comes from that time period. I mean, it's good, but it was salty. My mom likes it like that, and she always says, "I know you don't like it like this," and I don't, because for one, I have high blood pressure, and it was really salty. But I just tasted it. But yeah, that's what I had for dinner. Yep, you're definitely African American. You could be from other places and have dark hands, dark fingers. There are like dark people in every country, every continent. They're dark people. You do know that, right? Yeah. Salt and sugar. I know Fords. I've been trying to do better about that too. And sugar and salt are definitely bad when it comes to healing and recovery too. Yep, Illuminati. That means you weren't paying attention in history unless they took that part out of the history books. As I remember when I was in like social studies, somewhere along in there, they talked about the way the people were preserving meat. I remember that. But I already knew that from being home because growing up with Jamaican heritage, we had meats like that were cured by salt. Of course, we're all mixed for sure. But yeah, meat has been cured by salt for years. I don't know when that started, but it's years. Maybe you just don't have that culture. That's why. Exactly. Salt preserves meats. Salt preserves vegetables too. Because when I was living in South Korea, they used that in preserving vegetables as well. It's not just meat, just things in general. When you put the spices and the seasonings, and salt is a factor in the preserving, pickling, and that type of stuff. Yep, for years and years. Because like in South Korea, the traditional way where they will be burying the stuff in those big clay pots underground. And that was the way they did it in that time period. But nowadays they don't really do that quite like that. But some people do, I guess, if they're in the village areas. But just like here, everything evolves and becomes more modernized. I was in South Korea. I was in Japan for a day though to get my visa. So legally I can say I went to Japan for a day. I was in Korea though for 2 years and 4 months. Once upon a time. Yep, I lived in South Korea for a while. Actually, I made a whole video. It's somewhere down on my channel about a year ago. I went through a whole album one night when I had insomnia and I was talking to some of my now YouTube fam. I shared my whole album. Go check it out. You'll find it. I think I put South Korea in the title. I went there as an English conversation teacher and Bible instructor for my church. I was a volunteer missionary for my church. Yeah, most people made a quick assumption that I was military, but no. There are many reasons why people go overseas. Yeah. I did 4 contracts. The first time I was there for a year and 2 months, came back, realized I didn't like America, so let me take my butt back to Asia. Went back for 8 months. Then I went back for 6 months. Then I missed it. Life was getting crazy. I went back for 2 months, and then that was the last time I went back. So yeah, I think that totals 2 years and 4 months. I lived in 3 different cities. Busan, which is like Miami. I gives you that kind of Miami vibe, but on an Asian scale with more people. And a city called Daejeon, which is like 2 hours south of Seoul, which is the capital of South Korea. And then I lived in a place that I felt most at home, which is a city that was similar to where I grew up, called Cheongju. Cheongju-shi. Yep. Good times. Yep, volunteer missionary. Well, what's that supposed to mean? You're a missionary. You know what a missionary is? What does that mean? Once you know the meaning, then you'll realize we're all missionaries in one way or another. Now, now, I would have never guessed. I guess it was more like a modern day missionary. Because sometimes when people think about missionaries, they think about people that are very primitive or in remote places, no running water. It wasn't like that. Things that I experienced in Korea, I had not even experienced in America because technology was more advanced. And a lot of things that I saw there that were just not here. They're just not here. You can go get eyeglasses. You can go get your. The one thing I really appreciate because I needed glasses, I got my eyes examined and my glasses picked and made right before me in like less than an hour. No waiting. No come back and pick it up later. You get it right now. That was some those kind of things I really appreciated very much. Very much. But yeah, a lot of things are very convenient and very efficient, unlike on this side of the world. But yeah. Oh boy, let me back this up. Illuminati. It all depends on how you carry yourself. Oh, nope, I didn't date a South Korean. Japan. Nope. I wasn't really. How can you describe it? I went there to work, and I was always working. And I had what we call like a split schedule. Some people do those kind of schedules here, where I worked in the morning. I worked from 7 to 11. I went home, took a break. Then we had to come back and do an evening set where we worked in the morning and then the night. And the way how the schedule gets, it gets very tiring because you got to be up early. You got to be in class by 7. You get out of class by 9. You got to make your way home, especially when I didn't live on the campus. So yeah, no, I really didn't have time for any of that kind of things. I did have people that liked me when I was there, but culturally, just like in a lot of places, people stick with their own. But I did have a few students, which we were advised not to date our students. That was like a part of the, I think we have those policies even in America. In some companies or whatever, you're not supposed to like date your coworkers, depending on some companies. And then I think you know what I'm talking about. Like you're not supposed to do certain things like that in some settings. So yeah, but no, I didn't date anybody. I'm not gonna start telling my war stories right now. I'm about to tell that another day. But nah, the schedule was just too much in itself. Trying to keep myself healthy and keep myself sane. I did a lot of like moving about and just trying to see and learn about where I was. Who's Jehovah's Witness? Hold on. The only thing they're into is English. That's all they're interested. If they see a foreigner, that's all they're interested in. How much English they can get out of your mouth. Yeah. The demand for English is high when you're in those countries. Like really high. I mean extremely high. The competition is stiff. You got the population being so high, and then you have uh, so many students coming out. The jobs are few. So like you're not the best, like the best of the best with the most. I had some Koreans in my classroom. Of course, I made sure that I spoke differently when I went to work because I'm just chilling and doing whatever. But you know, when you gotta represent what you're supposed to represent, then you do that. But it was crazy. Like this one girl, she wanted to be an airline stewardess to work with whatever airline in the future. That girl's English was like flawless, but yet she was still striving to be the best of the best because she knew that the competition was stiff. It is stiff. You got so many people that are trying to get the few jobs that are there. Even though I tried to convince her that she was great, she was like, no, she's got to be better than great. So it's like that was the attitude of my students. So if they wanted to push, we pushed, and we did what we had to do. But yeah, the competition is very stiff when you're in those countries where the population is high. So that's all they saw me as an English machine. Check this, check that. I got a paper. I need you to help me. I need this to be perfect. Blah, 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 blah. It wasn't like they don't know English. It's a matter of just practicing. Because where we worked, like I said, it was for English conversation. So they just came there to practice what they already know in their heads. So funny. What's up, Rayshawn? I don't know. Maybe if I had stayed there, that probably would have happened. Because I know people that did marry all types of, different combinations. People did get married, but there are some people actually stayed there and didn't come back to the States. But I didn't really see it in my cards at the time, so I came back after I decided to stop taking contracts. You need to visit abroad. That's what I was just saying before I think you came in. What's up, Keith? Yeah, I want to go to the Philippines too. That's one of the places I would like to visit. But yeah, I think I like the whole cruise thing. The only thing about that is you have to go to certain locations to get to certain points. Like some of the places I want to go, I would have to leave from like Washington State or from like New York. Not that it's impossible, but it just takes planning and making everything line up so you can get where you want to be. I don't want to stay there for a long time. What's wrong, Fords? Interesting. Yep, there's a lot you don't know about people until they start opening their mouth. That's why sometimes I just look at people when they say things on YouTube because I'm like, you don't know about me. You only know what I get on here and ramble and tell you when I feel like it. But I've traveled. Yep. Yep. Just like that. I speak English too. I try to. And I speak a lot of other things that are not appropriate. But when it's time to be appropriate, I can be very appropriate if I choose to be. But right now, I'm just chilling at home. Just a southern girl in a southern world, eating my chips and soda. I couldn't think of anything else that would rhyme. I've been trying not to eat fried chicken and fried fish because that's not what I need to be eating either. But I had one. I haven't had fried chicken in a while. I actually haven't really had chicken. I haven't had chicken in a while. Last time I had chicken was on my mom's when I went to dinner with my mom, I think, for her birthday in September. I don't eat meat a lot. Like meat. I eat fish, but I don't like eat a lot of meat. I think that was the last time I had chicken. I got like this chicken salad at this restaurant I took her to. It wasn't bad. Why Chinese speak English just like the rest of the countries that speak English? Because English is the language outside of Chinese. I think, what is it? Chinese is first, isn't it? There are more people that speak Chinese than English. I think it's Chinese and then English, if my memory is correct. Because there are more Chinese in China than any other continent or whatever it is, right? Hamburgers. You like hamburgers? But that's like the language. I mean, everywhere you go, English is like there. And then certain people, depending on their careers, they have to bridge that gap by speaking English in order to do their jobs. They may speak their language, but then they still have to speak English. Because like I know somebody that lives in India that does call center work for the United States through networking and social media. I've met people that do that kind of stuff. So if you didn't know English, then you wouldn't have the opportunity to get that job. You like hamburgers? I like veggie burgers. I stopped eating hamburgers a long time ago. Illuminati, can you stay on another subject besides focusing on my lips that the good Lord gave me? Why India people speak English. Ray Sean, go to bed. Get ready to go to school tomorrow. I just answered you the best I could. Everybody needs English in the way how the world is set up right now. Especially if you're traveling. If you don't know any other language, you'll eventually hear English somewhere along the way or see it. Is it inappropriate? I'm gonna leave. I wouldn't say it's inappropriate, but you know, yeah. I'm gonna be like the geisha girls. This comes from the Philippines. My brother went to the Philippines. People always bring me back these souvenirs. Thank you, Fords. How you know I got school? You told me that you're a student. I do remember some details, Rayshawn. Unless you lied. To Derek Webb. Where was I at 21 years old? Honestly, if you hear people living and you keep on living like me, I don't think I would do anything differently. But since you're asking that wonderful YouTube question, what would I have done differently? Where was I at 21? I was in college. I wouldn't have changed my major. I would have stuck with elementary education. I think. Yeah, maybe that's what I would have done at that point. To Derek Webb, where'd you pop in from? Where'd you pop in from, to Derek? Your name reminds me of someone. To Derek Webb. Trying to think, where was I at 21? I would say something else, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. I'll stick with what I said already. I'm gonna give you all my war stories. But yeah, I probably would have stuck with my major and just graduated what I had started out with, which was elementary education originally. Yeah, at 21, that's where I would have been about that time. Yeah, let's keep it legit, legitimate. So Ford, you said you wish you were retired, so you're not retired, so you got to get up and go to work in the morning. Then is that what you're saying? Whew. I'm getting hungry, and the longer I stay up, I'm going to end up eating. My body clock and my time to rest is all shifted around. I took 2 naps today already. I guess they're drug induced because of all these pain pills. Physician assistant. That can mean a lot of things. What does that mean? PA. Public public attorney. I mean, that could mean a lot of things. What does that mean? PA. Principal assistant. I've had some good physician assistants. PAs. PA. That could be a lot of things. Like, what does that mean? Or that's another mystery thing. Like you told me your name is Ford's. Oh, you're a personal assistant. Okay. See? I didn't even guess that one. That's cool. I'm thinking about changing up. I need to change up. Sometimes I think about doing something different. And I'm about to do something different. I need to get that squared away while I'm on vacation too. Time to do it. Time to get her done. But yeah, if you don't have a passport, you need one and you need to stamp it. You know what I realized when I went on my cruise? It's just best to have a passport, even if you don't go out of the country. Like out of the country. Because the line for people that were using a passport was short. It was so short. Short, short, short in Miami. And then coming back. The line for people that didn't have a passport, that line was so long. And at that time, I'm saying, I'm so glad I decided to bring my passport and use my passport. We just went through like, whew, and I just saw that line for the people that didn't have a passport, and I was like, wow, I don't want to be in that line at all. It was so long. It's like everybody on the ship didn't have a passport, but a few people compared to the number of people that didn't have a passport. It was like, wow. It's not that expensive. It's not that hard to do. I know for different reasons, some people can't get passports. I do know that too because of whatever, whatever. But if you can obtain one, you should. I would recommend it. I would recommend it for a lot of reasons, just because the way how this world is going, not a bad thing to have that type of ID. So when you are ready to venture out into the world, because it's good for 10 years, at some point you might want to go somewhere, blaze a new trail, and go somewhere outside of your. You know, it's always interesting. People that have never even been out of their state. Some people have never even been out of their county. And I met people that had never gone out of our immediate area. Everyone doesn't have the means that you may have. And sometimes some people don't really put that in perspective. Just because you have a car, the neighbor doesn't have a car. You can jump in and go where you want to go. They can't jump in and go where they want to go. You don't realize how blessed you are sometimes. And then the next man or woman, boy or girl is struggling. You're ripping and running around the world, going to Italy, going to Paris, going to wherever, Denmark, Greece, Rome, and they've never been next door, not even to the city next door, not even to the city up the road. Count your blessings, be grateful. Just saying. Some people are complaining when the next person would be happy to be in your shoes. Yeah, real talk. And some people hop the plane like they're hopping on a bus. I've seen them always going somewhere, always doing something. And that's cool. I'm not saying don't do it. Live your life, but live it with gratitude, care, and share where you can. That's what I believe. You can't help everybody, but you can help somebody, even if it's just a smile. Even if it's just a smile. Everything's not about money because sometimes you don't have money to share, but you can share a smile. You can share kind words or whatever else you can share. Yep, and that's how the cookie crumbles. And I'm about to get out of here, guys. I've yapped long enough for those who've been listening. Thank you for listening. It's therapeutic, but the time has come where the body needs to go back to rest. I hope to see you at morning prayer time. Morning prayer time starts at 6 a.m. right now. I promise you I don't pray all day. And then after that, I just go into my morning shenanigans until I get myself situated. And then I say bye. So until we meet again, whether it's at prayer time or sometime during the day tomorrow, because I will be popping up because I don't have anything else to do. I can't really lift anything. I can barely lift my phone. So, hey, I can lift the water, I guess, on this side. I need to get on my laptop tomorrow. I think my head is clear enough. I need to do some things on my laptop tomorrow. So that's one thing I plan to do. It was nice hanging with you too, Fords. Fords from Texas, the big state of Texas. I need to come back to Texas to see my people. But the roads there give me the roller coaster vibes, and roller coasters are not for me anymore. I've said bye to the roller coasters. It's a health hazard. It's a health hazard. And when they tell you those health restrictions, pay attention. Yeah, just abide by the health restrictions. They give you those warnings for a reason. Don't feel like you're exempt because you're going to regret it, especially if you get on those serious roller coaster things. But until we meet again, if we never meet again, that's always a possibility. But what I will say is that I still wish you more love. I wish you more joy. And I wish that your life will have more peace. And I forget this man when I was a young girl. I was very young. And he died shortly after this. He told me that he wished me prosperity. And in my young ears and my young mind, I couldn't understand it at that time, but it always resonated in my mind. So I speak those blessings over you if we never meet again. If we never meet again. Yeah.